One of the most useful jobs of the preprocessor is the ability to conditionally assemble blocks of code. Any code placed between an if and an end-if command will be assembled only if the condition is true. The conditional expression only deals with constants, and that's because the condition must be evaluated at the time the program is being assembled, not when it's being run. An expression is true if it results in non-zero. Only 0 is false. You can use any of the arithmetic operators, add, subtract, multiply, and divide. You can also use the comparison operators equal, not equal, less than, greater than, less than or equal, greater than or equal. And if you prefer, you can use the C-type operators for equal and not equal. There are also logical operators for and, or, and exclusive or. Now these are logical operators, not bitwise operators, so they always result in either 0 or 1. The normal precedences apply, or you can use parentheses in expressions to guarantee the order of evaluation. There are different kinds of else commands that can be used along with an if. Both the else if and else commands here are optional. You can have as many of the else if commands as you need. The negative form of these are followed by an N for if not and else if not, and they are true only if the expression is false. And there are different kinds of if commands. The if-def command results in true only if the symbol is defined as a single-line macro. Of course, you can use the else if and the else following the if-def. Another form of the if is the test for the existence of a multi-line macro. This test includes the number of arguments required by the macro. Now, the reason for the number is because of macro overloading. Overloading is discussed in a later lesson, and both of these have a negative form. The letter N is inserted to form if not def and if not macro. There is even an else if macro and an else if not macro, and you can compare two strings of characters. This test is made after all single-line macros are expanded, so you can compare the results of that expansion. And white space embedded in the text is ignored. This test is case-sensitive, but there is another form. If the command is followed by an I for insensitive, case is ignored. And there are several others. You can check for just about anything you'd like. If ID results in true if the argument on its line is a symbol. You can supply any number of tokens to it, but it's true only if the first one exists and if it is an identifier. If num is true only if the argument supplied to it is a number. If str is true only if the argument is a quoted string. The if token command will be true only if there is only one token on the line following it. Now you got to watch this one. It may not do what you think. This is true because the number 374 is a single token. However, this one is not true because the minus sign is one token and the number is another. A similar test is if empty. It's true only if there is nothing on the line. This can happen if a single line macro is defined as being blank.